Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Mark and welcome to the Pixel Nuts Twitch channel. So today we're going to be doing some code as usual on our Thursday programming stream here. Yeah, so welcome. There's actually something fun that I wanted to do first. I got these things from the corner store. So they have this thing going on right now at the corner store. The Circle K, which is like, I don't know if it's an American one or just Canadian, but there's like a bunch of Circle Ks around here, like most of the gas stations and stuff like that. So they have these things that they're giving away. Marvel shields. And I got a bunch of them to open. I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because the guy at the counter just like gave me a handful of them. So I want to open them on stream for fun and see what we get. All right. So here we go. First one. Let's hope it's someone good. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's Venom. Sweet. Venom is badass. Ah, he's so cool. Nice. He's like buff. This is like buff Venom. Like, look at how buff he is. But that's the buffest Venom I've ever seen. All right, next one. Come on, open, you damn thing. Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. All right, who's this one gonna be? Who is it? Oh shit, it's Star-Lord. That one's awesome. I love how they've redesigned all the comic characters to look like the movie characters now. That one's pretty cool. Yeah, and I'm not exactly sure what you do with these things. I think they're kind of like Pogs, but for millennials. Or something. Sweet, so we got Venom, we got Star-Lord. Let's see who's next here. Okay, here we go. Who's it gonna be? Oh no! Another Star-Lord. That's not good. Duplicates already? It's only like my second package. Star-Lord. Now I got 2 Star-Lords. Now they're just all going to be Star-Lords. That's what's going to happen, I'm telling you. Okay, here we go. Another one. Who's it going to be? Oh, shoot! It's Hawkeye. He was in the package backwards, so I got to see him first. Man, Hawkeye's buff, too. All these superheroes, they're so buff. I mean, he's not as buff as Buff Venom over here, but Buff Venom is ridiculously buff. Okay, I got 3 more still to open. Sweet. Okay, so far we got Hawkeye, Venom, and 2 Star-Lords. These are just for free from the gas station, too. When you buy stuff, they give them to you. Hey, America girl. How's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'm just opening some little things before I start programming today. Because the guy at the gas station like gave me a freaking handful. Okay, who's this one gonna be now? Wait, who is it? What the hell? Who's that? Oh, it's Ant-Man, and he's just like tiny. Oh my god, he's so small. Can I even get my camera to focus on him? Oh, there he is. It doesn't want to focus on him. He's too tiny. There we go. There he is. There he is. That is hilarious. He's just so freaking small in the middle of that thing. That's so funny. Whoever designed that one is a genius. Yeah, they're called Marvel shields, and they're from like Circle K gas station for some reason. They just like give them to you if you spend a certain amount of money. And I buy monsters at the gas station, like, and then they just give me a bunch of them all the time. But yeah, they kind of remind me of Pogs, but I think what you're supposed to do with them is you're supposed to like put them together like this, and then it's tricky. Here, let's try it this way. You're supposed to put them together like this, and then you like pull one back and you like fling it like a discus. I have no idea where that one went, but it's way across the room somewhere. All right, let's see. Hey, Angie, how's it going? Oh, shit. We got Thor. Oh, man, this is buff Thor, too. My God. The comic book versions are, like, the buffest dudes I've ever seen. Oh, son of Odin. He's got a big chin. His chin? Okay. Thor's chin is the same width as his forehead. Come on, camera. Focus in. Like, his chin just... There's no taper on that chin. That is just, like, a big forehead-sized chin coming right out of that helmet. He looks like such a Neanderthal. Like, what the hell? You gotta hit up a Circle K. What a neat. Oh, dude, we got the best one. Sorry, I forgot. I was opening them up here. We got the best one for the last one. Iron Man. Iron Man's still my favorite. It's funny, I didn't care about Iron Man at all until Robert Downey Jr. played him, and I'm, like, in love with Robert Downey Jr., so... He just won me over big time. Now Iron Man's, like, my freaking favorite. Robert Downey Jr. Anyway, that's the end of the shields. But that was fun. So let's see, who all do we get? We got Ant-Man. We got Thor. We got Iron Man. We got Hawkeye. We got Star-Lord. And we got Venom too, but I flung him across the room. So here's all the ones we got. I love the Ant-Man one. The Ant-Man one is just so funny. Tiny little Ant-Man. It's freaking hilarious. You know what the best thing about these is that I also bought this from the corner store to go along with them. It's like an old school, like, Pokemon card slash, you know, whatever, trading card thing where you can pog binder sheets, basically. You can put all your dudes in, and there's like a spot for each one. And I've been collecting these things because I buy stuff from the corner store every day, and they just give them to me in, like, handfuls because they know me. Like, here's the Guardians of the Galaxy page. I'm missing Drax, but I have everybody else, and I have a holographic Groot. It's so cool. And here's all the Spider-Man ones. I have a holographic Spider-Man too, but I didn't have Venom, so we could be able to put him in there now. So I got quite a few new ones today, which is nice. Oh, and I have a holographic Loki, because Loki is the best character. I wrote a song for you, brother, but I just can't seem to hit the low key. So I got some new ones, so that's sweet. Hawkeye I didn't have, Iron Man I didn't have, Ant-Man I didn't have, and Venom I didn't have. But Venom is lost. He's flung to a corner of the room. So I'm gonna have to find him later. I should have flung Star-Lord to the corner of the room because I don't need any more Star-Lords. I've got like 3 of them already. Anyway, guys. Hey, Shriekfist, thanks very much for the follow. How's it going? I appreciate it. So, yeah, let's, Oh, whoops. Oh, my God, where have I gone? There we go. So, yeah. Obviously, if you guys have been here before, you know, we're not going to be opening shields all day, unfortunately. I wish I had, like, a pile of 100 of them and we could just sit here and open them, because that would be hilarious. We're going to be doing some programming on the new Pixelnauts game called Rocket Rumble, which you can wishlist on Steam right now, and our open beta is coming out very, very, very soon. And, yeah, so right now we're basically working on bug fixing the game. We're working on bug fixing the game to get it ready, and we're actually in a pretty good spot right now. Like, I know that's something that you basically, like, would never say, but I feel like the build's in a really good spot, and most of the major bugs that we had are fixed now, which is really good, or they're almost fixed. Like, there's a couple bugs that are really hard to get because they only happen, like, once every 30 games or something, when somebody does some weird little thing that we haven't been able to pinpoint yet, and that causes some kind of issue. But, you know, those kind of bugs are going to come down to, you know, testing the beta and stuff too, and getting people's feedback and stuff like that, I think. So, but we're just trying to get the build as solid as we possibly can. So I have a few bugs to focus on today. A lot of my bugs have gone in for fixes recently, so the stuff that I have to focus on today is a little bit disjointed. So I apologize about that, but it should be similar to last week's stream where we're just kind of beta fixing different elements of the game that need some work. And yeah. And I will open up my trusty, dusty notepad here, and we'll write out some stuff just so we can keep track of stuff that I want to work on today. So, oh, I can hear my dog. Somebody must be at my door because my dog is going. So there is one thing that I want to look at, but this is going to be time permitting. So the one thing that I want to look at is the profile customization menus, because that's one outstanding bug where those aren't working, but we're not really planning on having those for the beta. So I'm going to keep that at the top of my list, because if I get time to work on that, I'd like to revisit it and try to get it working, but it's like lowest priority, basically. So, there are some bugs with the customization menu still, so I want to take a look through and see what exactly is working and what exactly is not. I made some changes to it recently, and I think some of the stuff didn't take, so we need to look into the pattern menu and color menu, because there might be some issues there, and we need to look into what's it called? Scroll areas, to make sure they are properly resetting, because I believe that when we switch characters, our scroll areas are not properly resetting. So I'm going to put that in here. Switch characters, not resetting. Hey, Scarce, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a good one. And yeah, so I think that's all for the customization. Let's just go and take a look. Let's just go right into the project here and just take a look and see what we got. Right, names on the badges. Thank you, Angie. That's a good one. I totally forgot about that one. Come on, Notepad. Don't be lagging out at me. Okay, so another thing for the customization menu that Angie just reminded me is that names are appearing on the badge item buttons. Because basically we decided to scrap the idea of the customization items having names. Uh-oh. Looks like we got a bug here in the new options stuff. File not found exception. Could not find file. Mark P my documents, player data, player options. Okay. So I guess we can solve this bug too. This is a bug with one of my friend's codes here. So let's see. Player options dot JSON does not exist. Probably the file is not being created if none exists. So we'll take a look at the save system and fix up that. Man, we're just finding all the bugs right now. Let me turn off the game volume here. Wait, where is it? Where is the game volume? Why are you not working for me, Ear Trumpet? I hate that. I have this program called Ear Trumpet that is like a nice volume mixer for all my stuff in Windows, but sometimes things disappear. Like, this is how it's supposed to look. I'm supposed to have stuff for Steam, and then I can find Rocket Rumble right here, and I can shut it off. Razer Synapse, Discord, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes it messes up. I don't know why. All right, let's see what other bugs we can find here quick. Oh, wait, I know of another one that we need to do. We're going to remove the control page or replace it with both control setups for loading screen. And I'll show you guys exactly what that bug is right here. So basically, when you start up the game, a loading screen appears. Just got to wait for it to enter play mode here. So you can see that this loading screen appears. It shows you the controls on the keyboard. But if somebody's using a controller, it's actually too early in like the game code to be able to detect, oh, they're using a controller, so we want to show them that instead. So we're basically, I'm just going to remove that from the load screen and do something else with the load screen. And throw in some screenshots or something like that, maybe. Just for now. So we could actually write that out here. Time permitting. Display models or screenshots on black background and randomize. So that's going to be time permitting for sure, because that's like a new feature, and right now we're really focusing on not adding new features. But that also is something that I could probably whip up pretty quick, like just do a nice here, I'll show you guys what I mean. So, you know, I'd want to whip up something nice, like a loading screen like this. Oh, shit, you guys can't see it properly. Here, we'll bring it over here. Something like this that has, like, our game logo in the corner and has, like, a model. If you guys ever played Skyrim, you'll know what I'm talking about. Or we could do a screenshot also. A screenshot and, like, maybe a tip. And so I could just, like, create a little array of a couple different screenshots and a couple different tips. And I could just randomly iterate through those when a load screen comes up. But that's not going to work too well for the opening load screen. Because, well, actually, I think we could get it to work. We just have to make sure that we have a script that's firing before the initial load screen that can change it randomly to something. So I think this is something that I could throw together pretty quickly. But we're going to save it as a time-permitting thing because I don't really want to get into the whole rabbit hole of adding new features to the game right now. So, you know, if we get through our little list here and we still have time, maybe we could work on that. So let's see what other bugs we can find here. Oh yes, look at all my funny little customized characters. We definitely want to fix this save file bug. I should message Daniel quick and just ask him if he minds if I make a change to it. Oh, nice. Ben, it looks like Ben just uploaded a bug list for me on Trello, too, so we can take a look at that. Yeah, let's take a look at that quick. So, Ben just added us a list of bugs here on Trello from our last playtest. But where did he put it? Is it in here? Oh, I don't... I'll just message him and ask. What? He said it's under bug list play test May 10th. So where is bug list play test May 10th? Let's see if we can find it. Here, I'll just pull up Trello here. In to-dos at the bottom? Ah, okay, we found it, we found it. All right, so here's some fun stuff to work on. Badges in the customizations still have names. Yeah, that was one we already wrote down. Bomb is invisible sometimes. That's a Ben bug. Emojis should only be usable during the race. Okay, that's a good one. Emojis should come from the HUD at the top when the player is dead and not from their world space. Fog volume bug, or force volume bug. That's another Ben one. Remove lost orbit from the track pool. That's a Ben one. Rocket Roy breaks sometimes. That's also a Ben one. Pattern customization might have gotten lost after a few games. That's a me one. Camera stuck in close-up mode on the main menu when player enters the race with it on. That's an interesting one. Player death on trigger needs to use a new tag to trigger death. That's a me one. Some item animations will play the pickup when they are used immediately. Okay, so we could take a look at a couple of these bugs too, for sure. And let's just finish taking a look at the game here and see if we can find anything else interesting. So, customization menu. Uh-oh, we're getting an error in here now for the input manager. What's that? Tell me your problems, Unity. Show me what is making you mad. If race score menu.instance.gameObject.active in hierarchy. Okay, well that we'll leave that for now because it's not really to do with anything I've done. I'm sure that Ben is working on that. So if we go into the patterns menu, looks like this stuff's all working good. Swap back and forth between characters works fine. I reset the scale slider to actually go up and down now. But what I might want to do is change it a little bit. It's kind of weird right now that that it fills like backwards. I guess I want the fill to be over here and to fill up on the bar. So I guess I could fix that. So let's just write that down here in the customization menu stuff. Okay, so the fill bar is on the wrong side of the scale slider in pattern tweaks. Okay, we could definitely fix that. It's an easy one. And what about the color sliders? Yeah, they're still fine for now. Eventually I want to change those to the primary colors, but for now I'm just going to leave them the way they are. The market menu looks like it's all functioning fine. Now the options menu. Looks like this stuff's all working now, which is good. Oh, yeah. Daniel got this working now. That's really good. That's very good. Customization stuff's all good. All right. I think we got a good little bug list going here for today. We probably won't even be able to get through the whole thing, so... Okay, so let's just start at the top of our list, I think. So what is the first thing? Oh, well, actually, we're not going to start with that because that, like I said, is going to be only if we have time we're going to work on that. So the first thing on the list is customization menu. So look into the pattern menu and color menu. We already did that, and that stuff looks fine for now. So we'll just star this one so that we know that it's done, or hashtag it or something. Look into scroll areas to make sure they are properly resetting. Switch characters not resetting. Names are appearing on the badge items. Let's solve that one first because it's a real simple one. So basically, some of our prefabs here are not accepting changes. So we're going to go into our menu scene here, base UI.main, and we're going to try to figure out why exactly that's happening. This one should be pretty quick though. So this is our menu controller. So basically the issue is in our customization menu here. Open up our canvas here, and we have it's kind of hard to explain all this stuff, but I'm just going to quickly show you. I'll show you how it works. So we close all these other menus and just keep the customize menu open. We'll just disable everything. Then we can see here's our elements for the customization menu. Then if we go into the customization menu, and we're going to turn off the panels that we don't need here. So we have picker, accessories, character picker. We're just looking for the accessories menu. So let's turn off everything else. And here we go. Here's our panel for the accessories menu. Now, that's interesting. I can see the name right here. This name that we're trying to get rid of. So go into our inventory pages. And then we have a scrolling, a scroll view here. And then there's a bunch of different pages for different inventory types. So we have all, head, eyes, nose, neck, badge. And these inventory lists all get filled up at runtime. Yeah? I don't know. So yeah, we're looking through these, and we have these item buttons here. So let's disable the other ones for a second so we can just see. Okay. It looks like we have something here that is remaining with a title on it that we don't want it to have. So it looks like it's not the all category, and it's not the head category, and it's not the eyes category, and it's not the nose category, and I don't think it's the neck category. It's the badge category. So for some reason, our button item prefab in here has not accepted the prefab changes. So let's see, because it's still an instance of the prefab. That's interesting. How can it be different from the other ones? Item image, text, item name. So this, we need this to be disabled here. But let's open the prefab and just see what the default is. If we open the prefab, it looks like the item name is defaulted to be off. So why did this particular one here not pick up on that change? Weird. Now we see if we can find it in here. This is our overrides menu. Button accessories, button character. Here we go. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. So the badge button item. Huh. It doesn't seem like it actually has any overrides. I don't understand why it's not working exactly. That's okay, though. I mean, we can just disable it in here, and that's fine. So we're just going to disable item name here, because we don't want a name to show up for anything. And that solves the bug right there. It's not going to be... We just got to save the project, make sure that this scene is saved. And then what we can do is we can open up our menu controller prefab here, because this whole thing is a prefab. So if we go to prefab, open asset in isolation, it will just open it for us, and you can see here's our prefab here. And this basically, this prefab's just set up so that we can drag this into any scene anytime, and then the changes will move across. So we're going to look for our customization menu, and here it is. And then we're going to look for our tab underscore badge, and here it is. And see, it looks like item name is active in the prefab. So we're going to shut it off at the prefab level. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong thing. My bad. Those are the tabs. We don't need that. We don't need to shut that off. No, it's right here where we want to shut it off. So it's deactivated here, so that's good. And it's deactivated here, so should be fine. Let's just test. Let's just boot up the game. Well, first we need to undo the changes that we made here, actually. I just realized. Whoops. Okay, so I need to turn back on picker, character picker, profile. Or wait, I don't need profile on because that one's not working right now. Turn all that stuff back on, and then we need to turn all these other menus back on that I shut off. Ah, shit. Boop. Come back on. Okay, good. Good. Make the save there. Yeah, I accidentally saved the scene with all those menus deactivated. Then we'll go back to our main scene here, start up the game. And we'll go to our customized menu. And make sure that there's no names on any of our tabs here. Yep, it's looking good. And while we're in here, we can test around a little bit. So let's see. Like if we move down here and then I swap characters, or if I swap panels, then it fixes itself. But I'm pretty sure that if I move down and then swap characters, that's a problem. So we need to fix that. Because that's just... That's just gross. Like, you don't... There's nothing worse than something like that. You're moving around in a menu as a player and it just suddenly fucks up like that. That's just not good. So basically, if we move down here and then we swap over to a different menu, that's fine because every time the menus load, they kind of rejigger themselves and get themselves ready. But if we swap a character, it kind of breaks the menu. Like the selector moves up, but the menu doesn't move up and it's kind of like half off screen. That's yucky. We need to fix that. That's the next thing we'll do here. If we have a really long one, it's even worse. Like if I'm selected all the way down here and then I swap characters, oh my god. That's horrible. And then you like have to move the cursor to get it to work. That's horrible UX issues. So let's fix that. And that should be a pretty easy fix. Wow, what is with all these errors? Play sounds. Is there all play sound activate errors? Yeah, well, we won't worry about them because that may be Studio 13 stuff. Okay, so we need to open up our customization scripts to fix this guy. So the script that we want to open is the one that actually controls our customized menu. So that will be in here, and it's just called customization. There's a lot of scripts. Ooh, Visual Studio Update. Hell yeah. Downloaded and ready to install. Okay, let's update it on close. Not right now. Sorry, I was just typing something to Alex. All right, so we want to fix this one, and the problem is that when we're using this function right here that I wrote called character swap, the main issue here is that when we're using this function, we're not resetting the the position of the scroll area. So it should be pretty easy to fix, I think. Because we are resetting it in other areas, right? So when we swap from tab to tab, we were resetting it there, but we're not resetting it properly on character swap, I guess. So we're gonna look at that and see if we can fix that. So it probably won't be in this actual script. This is our main script that controls the customization menu, but there's also sub menus, and those have a different script on them as well. So let's we close all other files. Yeah, close all but this. Let's just close everything. So clean up our Visual Studio here a little bit, and let's open up the different scripts that we're going to need here, or that I think we're going to need. So where are those scripts now? Right, so we're going to need this script called tabs menu. This is a type of menu that can have the tabs that you can scroll between, and that it inherits from a type called sub menu, so we're going to open up that as well. Open it up. Okay, so we got tabs menu, we got sub menu, which sub menu just inherits from mono behavior, so there's nothing underneath the hood there. And the customization also inherits from menus, so let's open that up just in case we need it. And we're going to split our screen in half here, so customization and menu are going to go over here, and tabs menu, sub menu can stay over here for now. And let me think, is there anything else that we're going to need? Submenu tab, submenu button, we don't need those. Slider helpers, scale slider, slider group. Yeah, I think everything else is fine. All right, yeah, let's just take a look at it from this standpoint here. So let's load up the game and we'll take a look and see exactly what's controlling some of this stuff, right? So we go into the customization menu here, and we go to the accessories menu, which is a tabs menu, like I said. So you can see we have those tabs across the top, and I can press the buttons to move through them. So that's a tabs menu. So, and the problem is that if we swap characters while we're in a tabs menu, it doesn't update this UI the way it's supposed to. So if we go into our UI here and take a look, customization, canvas, panel accessories. Now this probably has the script. Yeah, see, this got the tab menu script on it here. So this is where we're going to start our search to see what's wrong here. So let's look at the tabs menu and we'll see, do we have the character swap happening in here or what? On update, if the menu is ready, tab swap, set active tab. So we may need to do this. Let's see what the tab swap function does. So the tab swap function swaps the tab over when we hit the button. And like I said, that's working correctly. So let's see exactly what it does. It says, well, it's just telling us a new index, so that's not important. Oh, debug logs. Let's get these out of here. If debug dot customization, whoops, wait, debug prints, my mistake. So if debug prints dot instance, why won't it let me, wait, if debugger dot prints, sorry, dot customization, I think. Yeah, so now we can say we only want to display these debug logs if the debug stuff is turned on for the customization system. We don't want debug logs firing in the game because they can actually use up memory when you're trying to run the game, and they can make the game run slower. So we want to not have that stuff running. Yes, and then it's setting the active menu type is equal to submenus at new index.slot. So it's just setting the active menu type. So now we need to see where that's set. Or what's being done with that. So set active tab runs on update, and what it does is it says for each tab that exists, look through the tabs, and if the slot of the current tab that you're looking at is equal to the active menu type, then active menu is equal to that slot, active menu index is equal to whatever we're iterating through here, and then it's saying m.gameObject.setActive true. So it's setting that tab active, and it's setting all the other tabs as non-active. It's saying if scrollHelp.activeMenuIndex equal to active menu index. Scroll help. So let's take a look at this. Let's peek at the definition here. So what exactly is scroll helper doing? So this actually inherits from submenu. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, here's what we're looking at. So on update, if menus.count is greater than 0, if the previous menu index is not equal to the active menu index, then the content is equal to menus at active menu index.getComponentRecTransform. ScrollRect.vertical scrollbar.value is equal to 1. So I think that this is our problem here. This is running. Previous menu index is equal to active menu index. So this is running. We're maybe not setting the active menu index to get this to run. So we're setting it right here. But we're not setting this on character swap, probably, which I think that we're going to need to do that. Okay, so I think we need to set, like I said, I think we need to set this in our character swap as well. Let's take a, hold on, let's go to the definition here and let's look at this vertical scroll bar dot value and find all references to that. Okay, so there's only one spot where that's referenced. Okay, so basically, in our tabs menu, we don't have the character swap. And do we have it going on in the sub menu here? No. So where are we swapping that character? I'm guessing that we're doing it just in customization here, so let's look. Yeah, our character swap is right in here. So, cycles through characters left to right. And that's running anytime that this customization script is running. So this is going to be a bit tricky because we need to run something that's specific to a certain menu type. So we need to set this active menu index so that we can force this to run. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to go grab a drink. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay, so I think I know how we can solve this issue here. Basically, it's kind of a little bit tricky to explain, but let's just take a look at the project and maybe that will make it easier for me to explain. So if we run it, we go to our customization menu. This is the thing. This menu here has a script that controls it, and we're able to swap characters based on something that happens in that script. So if we go into our customization, or sorry, not into our main menu scene, menu controller, and we click customize here, this is where our main customization script runs, and that controls our characters cycling on this script here. But what we need to do is that when we go into accessories and we swap a character in here, and that has its own script here, it's a tabs menu. So when that swaps, we need to inform, or when the character swaps back here, we need to inform this tab menu that the character has swapped, so that this tab menu can then inform its inventory pages scroll helper that it needs to move back up to the top, basically. It's a little bit complicated, but we should be able to do it anyway. Wait, why does this have two scroller helpers on it? What the hell? What? Yeah, see? Active menu index. You can see it moving. I don't know why it has two on it. One of them's not doing anything, clearly. One, two, three, four, 5, and 0. So basically what happens is when we change a menu, it changes this value here, the active menu index. And then our scroller helper script checks that against the previous menu index. And if it's different, then it sets the previous menu index equal to this one, but it also makes sure that our cursor is at the top of the list. And that's not happening when we swap characters. So that's the problem. It's a little convoluted because this whole thing is like a big amount of code all working together and shit. So let's just take a look and just make sure here. So our scroll bar right now is at a value of 1. Okay, yes. So we want to make sure that our scroll bar is at a value of 1 when we do this. And that should help, I think. We may also need to reset what's selected. No, it's already resetting it. It's just not moving the scroll bar. That's the problem. So, like, we move the characters. It's resetting the selection to something up there, but this scroll bar here is not getting put back to where it belongs. And therefore, neither is the scroll rect, I guess. Although that is a little weird that changing it here doesn't seem to move it. We don't have any other scripts firing here, I don't believe. Just the scroller helper. Well, I guess we're not changing the scroll bar. We're changing the scroll helper's position to 1. Ah. This has a reference? Okay. So let's try to fix it. So in the customization script right here, let's see what we have references to here. We have list of sub-menus, so that's good. Now, so we can grab the sub-menu that we're at, so that's good. So then in sub-menus, what do we have references to? We have a selection. So a sub-menu can be a tabs menu, because tabs menu inherits from it. So we're going to have to look for a tabs menu. And this is what we need right here. Scroll help.activate menu index, or active menu index is equal to active menu index. So scroll help is what we need. So that only exists in this tab menu here. Customization scroll helper, scroll help. Okay, so when we switch a character, we need to check the active menu type and check if there's a tab menu existing in that. And if there is, then we need to grab the scroll help and set its active menu index to be different. Or what we could do is scroll rect vertical scroll bar dot value is equal to 1. So what we could do is we could create a new function in here and call it public void change scroll space, and we can bring in an int value, and if this is called, we can say scroll rect dot vertical scroll bar dot value is equal to value, and that way anytime we call this function, then it'll set it to whatever we pass in here. So in customization, in our character swap, we are going to want to say, here we go. We already have it actually. Active menu.try get component out tabs menu temp. If temp.activeMenu.try get component out item menu, disable preview. So what we can say here is temp dot scroll help dot change scroll space and pass in the value of 1. And it might be this simple. It's possible that this will work, but we're gonna have to try it out. So we're already making sure that it's a tabs menu. So if it's a tabs menu, it's always gonna have a scroll rect reference. Ah, we're unreadying the menu as well. That's what kind of resets the menu every time we switch tabs. So let's see if what we just did here makes any difference. So we'll run the game. Go into our customize menu, go into the accessories tab, and now we're gonna see. So when we swap characters, this should reset it. Nice, it's working, sweet. That was nice and simple. So if we're all the way down here on the customization menu and we swap to a different character, it's going to bring us back up to the top. Well, maybe we don't want it to function like that, though. Maybe what we want to do, instead of bringing the tab back up to the top, maybe we want, when we swap characters, to just make sure that the selection doesn't change from what it currently is. That would probably make more sense, right? Because if we're way down on this menu, and we're like, oh, I want to put this on the pig, and then we go to swap over to the pig, but now our selection has changed. Yeah, let's do that instead, actually. That would take a little more, maybe, but we could definitely give that a shot. So we're not actually going to want to change this scroll space then. So we're going to put a comment here. If you want the scroll area to reset, then run this. But we're going to comment this out. And then we're going to see. So basically what's happening here. Basically what we're doing is we're setting the tabs menu as not ready. And if we go into our tabs menu, then we can see probably in our on update function, we're saying, if it's ready, do this stuff. And what are we doing if this is not ready? About in submenu. So ready comes from submenu, so we're setting it to not ready. So we're setting the active menu here. But when we swap characters, we don't want the selection to change. That's the problem here. So why is the selection changing? Okay, let's see. On awake, on start. So on update, if there's an event system, the selection is equal to event system.current.currently selected game object. Ready is equal to the active submenu dot ready. And if it's ready, global back button, tab swap, set active tab, and tab handler. So where am I setting the active selection? In submenu maybe then? Focus button. Game object selection. So on update, we're using this focus button. Okay, let's look at this. So we're saying if it's ready, so are we ever changing this selection? And we're never checking if this ready is false. If temp.activeMenu is an item menu, then disable the preview. That doesn't matter. Menu background.instance.char ID, that doesn't matter. Set current model, that's not important for this. Then it initializes the customizations of the current model. Okay, let's just run it and see if we can figure this out here. Okay, so we have our current selection. So here's our tabs menu. And here's our selection here. Okay, so that's changing. And then what's happening when we swap characters? It's changing that back to this? Huh, I wonder how it's doing that. That could be in the item menu script. Maybe that's what we need to look at here. We got the item menu script. Ah, so this has its own selection. So let's see. There's any references outside of the script? No, there's not. If ready, for each item button I in item buttons, I.equippedOverlay.enable if the item is equipped. Okay, that's fine. Detach the preview, that's fine. Preview items, set up tab. Ah. Here's what we're looking for. So, in the sub-menu tab, if it's set to not ready, then we're telling it to reset up the tab. And in the item menu, if we're resetting up the tab, then we're saying template.gameObject.setActiveTrue. For each customization item, filling the tabs, setting the template object to false, and if itembuttons.count is greater than 0, then menu.instance.set selected game objects to item buttons at 0.gameObject. Okay, so this is our problem. We need to save the game object. So, I see. So what we need to do, I think, so what all calls this setup tab function? Just the update function here. Okay, so we can let it do this, and then we will reactivate the one that we want. And we can do that from the character swap, I think. So, let's see here. So in our customization thing, we're checking and we're saying if the active tab is the tabs menu, then we're disabling the preview, and then we're checking again and we're setting the menu as ready equal to false. And then what we want to do here, hold on, we can actually do this in a better way, I think. So instead of hard coding this, we'll make this a variable. So this is sub menu tab, and it's the item menu. So we're going to make a variable, public game object. Default focus. We're going to set that equal to whoops. We're going to set that equal to the default if there is none set already. Whoops. So we're going to say, if we're resetting up the tab, and if default focus is null, then we're going to set default focus to item buttons at 0 dot game object. And then we're going to pass in default focus here. But if it's not null, well, if it's not null, it should just work. And then what we're going to do after we've done this is we're going to set it back to null. So default focus is equal to null. So basically this is going to check if we have something set as default focus, then we'll use it. If not, we'll set it to what we need it to be, and then we'll reset it to null so that it'll always set it to this every time unless we pass in something to tell it what to set it as when it's setting up this tab. So what we can do then, make sure that that one we just made is public. Yep, default focus is public. So now what we can do, we have to get this item menu, but in our customization script, what we can do here is set the default focus right here. So let's see, temp to dot active menu dot wait dot get component item menu dot default focus, and we're going to set it equal to, and we're going to save it here. So we're going to set it equal to event system dot, wait, no. We're going to set it equal to the current selection, system dot current selected game object. And we don't always know if it's going to be an item menu, so we're going to do another if. So if active, wait. Okay, so if temp2.active menu .try get component out item menu M, and then we're going to set M dot default focus equal to the currently selected game object. So let's see if this will work. I think so. Oh shit, I forgot to close Unity. That's not good. It could crash. Please don't crash Unity. Don't do it. Oof. Good, it didn't crash. Okay, let's just try it and see if this works. I think it will. So we go into accessories, we go way down here, and then we swap characters. Nice. It's working. But then if we swap tabs, it'll go back to the default. So now we can say like, oh, hey, these glasses look cool. Let's use those on the pig. So it just keeps our location when we swap characters. I probably also want to change this so that it doesn't actually scroll until it has more than 2 rows, but that's a little complex. It's fine as is for now, I think. And let's just make sure that's working in the pattern menu. Ah, so the pattern menu is not resetting to the top when we swap back to it. So that's also a little bit of an issue there. But it is working for the other menus, just not the pattern menu. That's kind of weird. Huh. Whoops. So it's definitely working here, right? Oh, no, it's not. Or it didn't work for some reason. It's only working if we swap to and from something? Really? Just the all menu that it's not working on sometimes? That is a weird one. Let's go take a look at our current selected game object thing that we just created. we look at our all menu, our script should now have a default focus. So right now it's set to none, but if we move down here and then move tabs, it's still set to none, so it should just reset it to the first button. Huh, why the fuck is that happening? So, as long as it's getting set to be not ready, and I think that it is. That's on a tab swap, not the character swaps. So well, we can look at that one later. Let's fix this fill bar for now. Go back into our main scene here. Let's make sure we save whatever changes we have right now. Go into our customize canvas, character, panel, pattern options. This is where we're having the issue here. In our slider, our scale slider. Let's disable all the other menus again. And disable our other panels except for the character panel. We can just see. And then disable everything other than the pattern options. Okay. So we have our scale slider here. Now I want it to fill the other way. Right to left. Yeah, I don't want it to fill right to left. I want it to fill left to right. Okay. That might fix it. Let's see. Undo those changes that we made. Go back to the start scene. Okay, let's just see what happens here. So if we go into our pattern options. Oh, I see. So it's working now, but the bar is like backwards. So pressing back will make the pattern bigger, pressing forwards will make it smaller. So we need to change that. We're gonna need to change that in code, probably. So if we open up pattern tweaker script here, we should be able to see that stuff. So here we go. Here's our scale slider. So preview, if ready, current tweaks.scale is equal to scale slider.slider.value. Is there a way to make that scale slider count upwards instead of downwards? I just have to make it the opposite. Let's see. Let's open back up our UI scene. Pattern options, pattern controls, scale slider toggle. But can we change anything in here to make it go backwards, essentially? Not sure. The min value is 1, the max value is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What if I meant the min value 5 and the max value 1? I suppose that won't work, but yeah, it doesn't. Of course not. That would be silly. So I need to make the value the opposite of what it currently is, basically. Because technically a higher value here will mean it tiles more times. What's the easiest way to do that? If the slider's at like 3, that's in the middle. So if the slider's at 1, I want it to actually be 5. So that could be plus 4. If it's at 2, I want it to be 4. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and we add that then to the 1. And 5 minus 2 is 3. That won't quite work. 5 minus 3 is 2. So we want 5 to be 1. We want 4 to be 2. We want 3 to be 3. We want 2 to be 4. And we want 1 to be 5. So 5 divided by 1 is 5. 5 divided by 2 is only 2.5. Oops, sorry. Accidentally switched scenes. Okay, so I was saying that we're gonna cheat this. I don't know why I just didn't think of this solution sooner. Watch, we're just gonna cheat this. The fill area is gonna be dark. And the background of the fill area is gonna be bright orange. And the slider scale is gonna go from right to left instead of left to right. And we're gonna save that shit. And we're gonna run the game and make sure it works. Go to the patterns menu. So now going down on the slider makes it go down, going up makes it go up. Actually, it looks like 1 is like too small. We don't actually even need it to be that small. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Got 10 spots on the slider. I guess it's okay. People can make it really small if they want. But wait a minute. It didn't quite take. Menu. Oh, the background. Oh, it's because I have it set something. I have it set to this. So let's get rid of that. And then we'll set the other thing to that. So we're going to set this to whatever the other one's set to. So the fill area, what's that set to? Chip icon underscore health bar. Okay, and the background is set to menu UI options bar background. So we'll set the fill to menu UI options bar background. Actually, I guess we could leave it. Chip icon health bar, and then we'll set the background also to ship icon health bar and see if that looks better. Oh shit, it's bigger. Okay, so now if we use the scale slider, yeah, it looks perfect now. Sweet. Okay. I see we have a min value of 1 and a max value of 20. I guess the small value isn't too bad. You can still see it. It's just like tiled a lot. Okay, so I forgot we're making those changes in play mode, so I just need to go out and make them. Outside of play mode. Customize canvas. Fill area, and the background is going to be that same spray, right? So the fill area is ship icon. We want the background to also be that. And then we want to adjust it because it's going to be fucked. Yeah, it's messed up. So we'll go to our background. We'll just adjust the size. Hold on, let's check the slider here. Yeah, the size is still a little off. There we go. That looks good. Nice and bright orange there. The fill area, the dark brown. Now, if we change the fill area to use that other bright, this one here. Wait, no, this one, sorry. Oh, what the hell? Well, I guess we'll just use the ship icon health bar for both of them. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now turn back on the color panel. Turn back on these panels. Turn back on all the other menus. Boop. Okay. Save the scene. And that's working fine now. Exactly how I want it to work. Okay. Cool. We got these taken care of. Got this one taken care of. Now let's look at the save system bug that we were getting. Quickly here. So I'm guessing that's not actually creating the file. Oh no, there is a player options file in here. But it was erroring out and telling us that it didn't exist when we started the game. So let's delete this player options file and let's try restarting the game and see that error that we get. Yeah. So it's probably trying to load from the file, but the file does not exist. Probably trying to load from the file before it creates the file. Because if I go in here... Oh no, it still doesn't exist. Yeah, so we need to create that file with the default values. So we need to open up our save utilities script, which is in the game folder, I think. Forget where I put it now. Let's just do save. Here we go. Save utilities. So let's see exactly what's happening here. Player options.json. So this file is not getting created fast enough for the game, so it's getting an error. And I'm guessing that has something to do with the fact that it's trying to load it before it exists. So let's go take a look at where this JSON's options loaded function is being called. It's being called in options save script. Right. So when this starts, it's loading from JSON. But the problem is that the file doesn't exist yet. So we need to actually create it if it doesn't exist. Because it's going, okay, let's find it. Oh, it's not there, and it's giving us an error. So if we look at my old JSON load, which is getting called from the customization item inventory, you can see that I would have called it here only if the file exists. And if the file does not exist, then I'm setting up the file and then loading. And then saving out a copy of the file. So let's throw that over here while we work on this here, and let's go out. So does he have a spot where he's setting it up? Save options. File.write all lines. Okay, so he's not actually creating it, so we need to create his options file. Because it doesn't have a file to load from. So if the file exists, then do this. If not, then create the file. Is what's happening here. By using JSON save, which is going to create it. So does his JSON save also create it? No. So we need to create one of these. So do static string, set up options path. And we're going to create a new path. We're going to say string path is equal to path.combine base path rocket rumble. If, well, hold on a second. He's saving it in the player data folder, right? Player data folder, player options file. So the only difference is the file here. So we're going to pass that in instead. So that's a string file name. And this last one here, we're going to say file name instead. And we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to see where all this setup path is called. So it's called right here. So we need to pass in a file name. So we could pass in a file name here. Tell it what file we're wanting to flush here. So file name. And where else is that being used? It's being used up here, and so is flush file. So we're saving out customization data here, so we just need to say customization file for the string right now. Or wait, yeah. And same thing here. Flush options file, path is equal to path.combined. Data folder, player options file. If the directory exists, delete it. So now what we need to do in his JSON save, we need to set this up. So we don't need this stuff here. All we need is that player options file. Oops. And we just need to make a new string. The string directory path is equal to setup path. We're going to use the player options file instead of the customization file. File.write all lines to the directory path. And the options JSON. And then what we need to do is we need to go out to his other script to where he's using JSON options.load. And when this script starts now, we need to say, we need to check if this file exists or not. So we need to put this code in here. We'll create the path. .player options file. And we'll say if file.exists at path, then we will load from it. And if the file does not exist, then we want to do save utilities dot JSON save dot JSON options JSON save options. Oh shit, we need all that data. We need the default data. Oh, that stuff is right here. We just need to put it above here instead. Up here. And then we're going to save it all in. So, graphics choice. Oh wait, it's language first, my bad. Language choice, graphics choice. Master slider. SFX slider. Music slider. We're basically just saving out a default file here. And that should fix our problem. So now what should happen on start is it should check if the file exists, and if it does, then it's going to load. And if it doesn't, then it will create the file. So let's just see if that works. Please don't crash, Unity. Okay, so we got to make sure the file doesn't exist first. Yep, doesn't exist. Now let's run the game, see if we still get that same error. Oh shit. Got an error here. Oh right, we have to pass in the thing now. We need to pass in the file name. So save utilities dot customization file is the file name for that. And yeah, that can be fine for the flush options file. Okay. So that should solve that issue. Yeah, and we didn't get the error, and now if I go to our open file location, there should be an empty player options file in here. Nice. Yeah, with all the values set to 0. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. Been streaming for a couple hours here. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming to watch. Make sure to check out our dev stream tomorrow. We will be all on testing the game and stuff. Should be super exciting. And yeah, next week, when we come back to do my programming stream, we should be doing something a lot more exciting next week. We're going to be doing working on the mission system again, probably, or the profiles and stuff system. So that stuff is a lot more interesting than, you know, just running through and bug fixing stuff. I realize that that stuff's not super interesting, but I appreciate you guys watching anyway. And yeah, if you guys want to check me out playing games and stuff like that, I do streams 5 days a week over on twitch.tv/markgamedev, where I just play games, have fun, and hang out with my little community and everything there. So yeah, definitely check that out. But if not, yeah, I will see you guys next week, and I will probably see you guys tomorrow too, because I'm pretty sure I'm on the team stream tomorrow. And yeah, check out Rocket Rumble on Steam and wishlist it and get ready. Get ready to rumble, because the open beta is coming real soon. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.